Streams of mercy never ceasing. Call for songs of loudest praise. Teach me some melodious sonnet, sung by flaming tongues above. Praise the mountain fixed upon it, Mount of God's unchanging love. He wanted me to have a real bad day, but I refused. He tried his best to make me scared, but I said no. So I opened up. Unreserved, unrestrained, your love is wild. Your love is wild for me. It isn't shy, it's unashamed. Your love is proud to be seen with me. To be seen with me. 'Cause you don't give your heart in pieces. so much on your mind, nothing's really going right. Looking for a ray of hope. Whatever it is you may be going through, I know He's not gonna let it get the best of you. You're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless. That's when He reminds you that you're an overcomer. You're an overcomer. Everybody's been down, hit the bottom, hit the ground. Ooh, you're not alone. Just take a breath, don't forget, hang on to His promises. He wants you to know you're an overcomer. Stay in the fight till the final round. You're not going under, 'cause God is holding you right now. You might be down for a moment, feeling like it's hopeless.
Good morning. Can you guys hear me? Awesome. All right. We'll see if the mic. Oh, there we go. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So we're gonna get started. We're kind of short numbers. The Tuckers are on vacation, and last night Morgan, we were trying to pick songs to lead worship, and Morgan's throat started getting sore, and then she woke up this morning and she could barely whisper. So you guys will, just be me. So I'll need some help from y'all. Okay. All right. Let me pray before we worship, and then we'll get started. Dear Lord, we love you. We just thank you for this time. God, I pray that we would honor you with how we sing to you, how we worship, but that our hearts would be just in line with you. Help us to be refreshed and renewed. God, I just pray that you'll be with us this morning. I pray this in your name. Amen. All right. You guys can stand if you want. Okay, we're gonna start. How great is our God? The splendor of the King, clothed in majesty, let all the earth rejoice, all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light. Darkness tries to hide and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. Okay, age to age. Age to age he stands, and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead three in one, Father, let's try it. Okay. How great is our God? We'll just do this first. Sing with me. How great is our God? And oh, we'll see how great is our God. You guys got that? Keep singing that. Name above all names, you are worthy of all praise, and my heart will sing how great is our God. Okay, one more time. How great name above all names, you are worthy of all praise, and my heart will sing how great is our God. Wonderful. All right. Where sin runs deep, your grace is more. Where grace is found is where you are. And where you are, Lord, I am free. Holiness is Christ in me. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness, oh God, how I need you. Lord, I need you, oh, I need you. Every hour I need you. My one defense, my righteousness, oh God, how I need you. Let's sing this. God wonders beyond the galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy. God wonders beyond our galaxy. You are holy, holy. The universe declares your majesty. You are holy, holy, holy. You are holy. Okay. You guys sound wonderful. Let's take a moment. Let's greet somebody around you, and then we're gonna buckle up for sermon. All right, greet someone around.
Only you satisfy my soul, Jesus. Only you satisfy. Only you satisfy. Only you satisfy.
Okay. All right, whenever y'all are ready, make your way back to your seats. So, I was talking to Rick earlier this week, and he was asking what I was going to teach on, and I told him, I said, I don't want to do a cop out, and I have this tendency of wanting to make group discussions, and Tom was like, I need to teach a sermon this time, but here I am. I've got discussion questions and a passage in mind. So sorry to all the introverts in the room. You guys are going to have to talk to people. And then I also asked Caden. I told him that this would be an easy Sunday for him because I was like, I don't want to put the passage. I want us to engage with God's word, and sometimes it can be easy to just kind of sit back and listen to the preacher engage with the sermon, engage with the passage. But I want y'all to I know I am young, and there's a lot of things I haven't experienced, but I know God's word has been it has wisdom that goes way back, and God's knowledge is, He knows so much better than we do, and so I just want y'all to spend time in His word together. So here's what we're gonna do. If you don't have a Bible with you, I would encourage y'all, we're going to be in Psalm 139 this morning. So find Psalm 139, someone next to you can get it. And we're going to split up into 4 groups. So we'll just kind of split. Actually, it's already kind of there. Maybe let's do down the middle here. This will be group 1. Group 2, it's kind of you guys. Group 3, I'm seeing right through there. And then group 4, it doesn't have to be exact, but go ahead and if you want to sit close to that group, you guys can go ahead and get up and kind of sit close to that group because y'all will be working together. So find your group. We'll have four groups. And if you don't like your group, you can go across the room and find another group. No. Psalm 139, yes. Psalm 139. So Psalm 139 has really hit home for me recently with a baby on the way. There's just some really beautiful parts to this that has been really cool. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to do is, in our groups, actually, I'm going to read Psalm 139, 1 through 6, and then I'll give y'all some things to go back through the text and find different things. So, Psalm 139, verses 1 through 6. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. Familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Okay, so group 1 over here. If you guys might need one of y'all. If one of y'all wants to be kind of the note taker, you can pull up your notes on your phone or whatever. But your task here is to create a list of all of God's action words or verbs in this passage from 1 through 6. So create a list of every one of God's verbs / actions in this section, and then you're going to tell us what this tells about him and his relationship to David. Does that make sense? Y'all got that? Verbs and what that tells us about God and his relationship to David. Okay. Group 2. You guys are looking for pairs and extremes, or what I looked it up. It's called merisms. Does anyone know what a merism is? I didn't know, but now I do. So it would be like, for example, from head to toe. So it talks about my whole body from head to toe. So that's a merism. There's several examples of these. Does that make sense? There's several examples of these in that section. I can give you. I don't want to give you the first ones. So they're kind of like opposites or kind of far ends of the spectrum. Okay, so you're looking for a list of merisms and why David would use this technique in his psalm writing. Okay, so talk about that. Group 3, you guys are looking for word pictures and imagery. Create a list of word pictures or imagery in this section. And what feelings do these word pictures bring to mind? So part of the thing with Psalms is that they often use parallels and they often use just vivid imagery. You know, the Lord is my shepherd. He uses these word pictures, and the reason why he does that, instead of just saying that the Lord takes care of me or whatever, the reason he does that is because it creates a feeling through these pictures. So you guys got that? Create a list of word pictures and imagery. What feelings do these pictures bring to mind? And then group 4, you guys are thinking a little bit more abstract than the rest of the group. So you guys are just thinking about when David was writing this psalm, like what might be going through his head? What might he be feeling and experiencing as he's writing this section? Okay? A little bit more abstract. You got that? Any questions? We'll come back at 10:40. You guys have 7 minutes to kind of talk through that. Go. right, you got about 30 seconds left. All right, you guys ready? Getting close already? Okay. Group one. Should we start with, let's start with, actually, group one. Does anybody want to tell us, like, what are some of the verbs or actions in this section? Yeah, who's the spokesperson? Okay, so what did y'all get to talk about? What does this tell us about? Like, what is God's action towards David in this section? Yeah, he searches us. He knows us. Yeah, he perceives our thoughts. He's familiar with all our ways. I guess is that an action? I don't know. He lays our hand upon us. Sorry, I'll go ahead. Nothing is hidden from him. Yeah. Okay, group two. What were some merisms or extremes, pairs?
Yeah, we had, you have searched me, and you know me when I sit down, or you know me when I sit down and when I rise. Discern my going out and my lying down, and hem me in behind and before.
Okay. Did y'all talk about like what? Why would this is a technique in poetry? Why would David use this technique in this? Any thoughts?
Be all inclusive to cover everything.
Yeah. It's totality. Yeah. That. Absolutely. Yeah. His knowledge is it's all encompassing. Okay, group three, word pictures or imagery. What do y'all see?
Searching, rising up, lying down, afar off, acquainted, hedged in, wonderful, before, behind, and honest.
Yeah. So what do these pictures like bring to mind? Are there any feelings associated with some of these word pictures? Yeah.
Acquainted meaning all-knowing.
I think it's like there's a magnificence there, like God is far off, He's big, He's beyond, but also intimate, right? And we're aware of these like very intimate things, everyday fraternities, or when you encircle someone, that's like giving them a big hug, or like this baby that's swaddled up back here, right? Like,
Yeah.
think about some feelings that are like that for security.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's good.
Beyond us, and it's hard for us to comprehend and understand Him, right? So that's an
That's good. Yeah, he's not just our buddy, but he's both the holy, infinite God, and he's also intimate and close. That's good.
he presents it like several different ways too. I feel like that's like a technique in poetry here, right? Like think about it this way, think about it this way, think about it this way, right?
That's good. That's good. Awesome. Group 4. What might David be feeling as he's writing this psalm? What might be going through his mind? Yeah. So this first section, I would sum it up as like, so this first section is talking about God's omniscience, that He knows us fully, that there's nothing hidden from Him, that He's both personal with us, but He's also beyond us. So this first section, that's kind of the tone, and then there's kind of a shift after this to verses 7 through 12. So this is verses 7 through 12. I'll go ahead and read those. Suddenly it starts to become location. So God knows us, and now God is with us. So starting in verse 7, where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If in the depths you're there. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will hide me, and the light become night around me, even the darkness will not be dark to you. The night darkness is as light to you. Okay, we're going to break down this section now. I'm going to kind of mix it up. Group 1, you guys are now talking about, you guys are finding those merisms or the opposites, the pairs, I guess. So like in verse 1, or is that 2? When I sit, when I rise. So you guys are finding those in this next section. Group 2, you guys are talking about word pictures and imagery this time. Group 3, you guys are covering the shift in his tone. So there's kind of a tonal shift from verses 1 through 6 to verses 7 through 12. And part of what you're trying to figure out is, in what ways is this shift of tone, is it unsettling or is it comforting that God He's with us? Is it unsettling to some people? Is it comforting to some people? I don't know if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So y'all are talking about that shift in tone. And then group 4, you guys have the action words or verbs. And it would be helpful if you had 2 lists. One is God's actions and one is man's actions. And you'll be comparing what are God's actions towards man and what are man's actions in this section. Okay? Does that make sense? Cool. All right. Break. right, are y'all ready? Not ready? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Okay, awesome. Let's start. I guess we can start with group one. You guys have the mic. What do y'all have? Merisms or yeah. What do y'all got? That's all right.
First one is go and flee, and then heaven and grave, east and west, wind and cold, and darkness and light, night and day.
Nice. I like it. Okay, group two. What are some word pictures or imagery that you see?
Bed in the depths, wings of the dawn, far side of the sea. Oh, goody. Where was I? Darkness will hide me, light will become night, or the light, will become the night around me. The night will shine like the day, and darkness is as light as you.
Awesome. I was just curious, did any of those, some of those word pictures are kind of interesting. Did any of those stand out to y'all, or were there any that you guys processed?
We said the light, because I know that a lot of us have done Emmanuel prayer, so that's a visual that we've visited before of Jesus being the light in every situation, so that is what we kind of discussed. Same thing as Emmanuel prayer, that's what you visualize.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Okay, group three. You guys talked about the shift in the tone. It's kind of a tough question to answer. What do y'all think?
Well, one of the things that we were talking about was that it seems like it went from, like, this is what I know about you, but then when I really apply it to my own life, it's like, whoa, I now have a new reverence, new, understanding because I've applied it to my own life. And so I really get it. You know,
Yeah.
I felt like he really got it.
That's good. That's good. Any other thoughts?
I think another part of the shift in tone is even when the psalmist here says, no matter where I go, this is true, right? Even if I say the darkness has surrounded me, darkness is as light to you, right? So there's this external truth, there's this external reality that isn't just in our situation or in our thoughts or things like that. So I thought that was what he was really trying to convey here too. And I think that's something God's word often tells us is our reality is not just our senses or our feelings or things like that. There's something that's true beyond that.
Yeah, that's good. It's really good. Awesome. Okay, group four.
Microphone here.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
We have, for man, we have go and flee, go up, make, rise, settle, and hide. For God, there, he's always there. Guide, hold, and kind of summarizing the first, 3 quarters is just omnipresence, and the last is omnipotence. And for man, it'd be wandering and then reverence.
That's good. I like it. Yeah, there's kind of a difference in consistency of man's actions. You know, going up and then and there's hiding and there's all these different things, and then God's actions are steadfast, that he's always with us. It's pretty cool. Any other thoughts on those? You guys have the mic or? Cool. Okay. Let's keep going. This is our last section that we're going to do group discussion 4. So, verses 13 through 16, I'll go ahead and read it. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place, when I was woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. How precious to me are your thoughts, God. How vast is the sum of them. Were I to count them, they would outnumber the grains of sand. When I awake, I am still with you. Okay, so this suddenly gets really personal. So group 1, here's your discussion question. If God carefully knit you together in the womb, how should that shape the way that you see yourself? Okay, so you guys, that's your discussion question. Talk about group 2. David says God's thoughts toward him are more than the grains of sand. How do we value God's thoughts to us the way David does? It's easy to value others' thoughts or our thoughts, but how do we value the vast amount of God's thoughts towards you? Okay, group 3. Verse 16 says that all our days are written before one of them came to be. How should that influence the way we go about our lives? Does that make sense? Okay. And group 4, how might this verse's perspective change the way you view and interact with others? Okay, so knowing God's intimate design of other people, how does that change the way that you interact with other people? Sound good? All right. Go. Okay, you got about 30 seconds. Okay. All ready? Okay. Group one. You guys have the mic? Okay, yeah. Okay, group one. I think it's on.
I could share this.
Anyway, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. Okay, so that's pretty obvious. And we were kind of looking at the fearfully part, and we kind of come upon the idea that we don't really know how awesome we're made. Does that makes sense? God knows more about us than we do. So our potential, I don't know, maybe it could be seen when we get to heaven, what we're capable of. We get glimpses of it. That's kind of more what I was thinking, but anybody else
good.
have any?
That's good.
Right on.
I like
Pretty
it.
simple.
That's really good. All right, next group.
Here you go, Tracy.
Okay. What was your question? Oh, yeah. Grains of sand, how do we value God's thoughts towards us?
I don't know if we came up with the answer of how do we value that, because we talked about that it is really hard to even conceptualize that with all the people, with all the things going on, that he thinks about us constantly and has that many thoughts as grains of sand. And that we just can't conceptualize that as people of what that feels like, because as much as we want to follow and we want to think of others and we want to think of Jesus and God, that it's really hard to do so when you start thinking about yourself, right? So if you took that out, we just discussed how hard that is, and that we have to kind of cipher out all the other thoughts, right, of others, ourselves. The weight of the sand is much heavier, but we still have to kind of weed out and cipher thoughts of us and others.
Yeah. I like it. That's good. Group 3.
So we had verse 16, and I think what we took away from that was that God has seen us and he's seen our design and our essence, and that we really have that purpose in that design, just like an architect designs a house or anything like that. Before we even came to be, God had that purpose in that direction for our life. That was part of his will.
Yeah. I like it. Good.
And then we talked, because I think you wanted us to know, like, when we know that, how does that change us? But if we know that God has a design and an intentionality, and he saw it before we even lived one day, for me, that just helps me to trust him more, or to be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. You had the whole design set. So it helps me to like talk with him and be like, I want to go through this day with you, because you see my day before I even live it, and you see my next year before I even live it. So it helps me to do life with him and then trust him and be like, I'm just along for the ride.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, group 4. Yeah, spokesman.
All right. So, how to interact with people based on God's view. We talked about how we are all made the same way and equal in that regard and in need of Him. And with that, we should be compassionate toward one another, have grace for each other, and respect.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, when you know that others, there's people that sometimes it's like, are they really like, did God design them and wire them? And sometimes it's like it's hard to believe it. Me too, because there's times where I'm like, I have so many flaws and things that it's so cool to see God has wired me, he's knit me together, and he's designed me for a purpose. So next section, he talks about David. It's kind of an interesting chunk of scripture, because that next section, he's like, God, why won't you smite the wicked? Why won't you just get rid of them? They hate you. They, why don't you get rid of them? Kind of a tough section to break down. But after that, I want to just talk about his kind of final prayer. In verses 23 and 24, he says, "Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there is any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting." It's kind of, I had such an interesting time processing this, because David asks God to search him, but what did David say that God did at the beginning of the chapter? You have searched me and you know me. He's already searched him. And then he says, test me and know my anxious thoughts. God has perceived our thoughts from afar. He already knows my thoughts. David already said that. And then he says, see if there's any offensive way in me. And God knows when I sit, when I rise, when I hide myself in the darkness, God knows and he's there. So I was thinking about, why does David ask God to do what he's already doing? And I was just processing that. And then it's so simple. David trusts him. David trusts God. He trusts his knowledge of him. He trusts his presence. David knows that God has wired him and he's made him. So if God made him, then he knows what's best for his life. He's designed the days that David is living in. That when God has made you, that he has put you in this time for a purpose. That God knows what's best for you. That to live into his design, that's what you were made for. You were made for that. And so it's easy to think, I want to do this. I know that God has designed me for this, but I want to live, this way, or do a little bit of what God has made me for and a little bit of my own thing. When you live into what God has designed for you, there's this sense of you just know this is God's made me for this. I was designed for this, and there's a passion and purpose that comes with it. David not only knows of God's intimate knowledge and care for him, David knows that God's ways are better than his. He knows you better than you know yourself. He knows your hidden motives. He knows what you're scared of, ashamed of. He knows the root of your worries. He sees your blind spots. He not only knows you, but he knows what's best for you. He knows how to heal your wounds, your scars, your anxieties, your sinful thoughts and actions. He knows how to fill you with purpose. He created you for a purpose that he has laid out for you. And the cool part about all of this is he knows what's best for you, and he's designing you for a purpose. But there's this promise that God has all throughout the Bible, from the very beginning to the end, that says, I will be with you. I will be with you. And he shows it in when I make my bed in the depths and when I rise. What's the verse? I don't remember. But he is with you. Or when I go up to the heavens, when I make my bed in the depths, when you hide yourself in the darkness, that he's with you. I tell our youth this, but like you can hide everything from I can hide things from Rick. I can hide things. Like I tell the youth that you can hide things from your parents. I'm sure that you do. Like you can hide things from your spouse. You can hide things from your friends. But God knows you. He knows you and he cares for you. You can't hide things from God. And for some of us that's unsettling, and for some of us that's comforting to know that even though he knows me, he's with me. He's with me through it all, and he will be with me to the very end. And so just my encouragement to y'all is that I would encourage y'all just to spend time in prayer this week, this morning, whenever, and just invite him in. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. See if there's any offensive way in me, and lead me in your ways. Lead me in the way everlasting. It's so easy to just stop with, I know God knows me. I know he designed me. But then to say, God, I know that you know better than I do. I know that you have designed me for a purpose. And even though it's hard to trust you, I trust that your ways are better than my ways. So that's kind of my encouragement to y'all. So what I'm going to ask y'all to do while I kind of go over back to the piano is I'm going to ask one person from each group to pray over the group, that you will just kind of pray over the things we talked about this morning. Sound good? Awesome. All right.
let's go out and live as those who are fully known by God, fully loved by God, and treat others as that same way, that they are fully known by God and fully loved.
'Cause He's never let me down. He's faithful through generations. So why would He fail now? He won't. He won't. I've still got joy in chaos. I've got peace that makes no sense. So I won't be going under. I'm not held by my own strength. 'Cause I've built my life on Jesus. He's never let me down. He's faithful in every season. So why would He fail now? He won't. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. He won't. No, 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 no. He won't. He won't fail. He won't fail. Christ is my